Good day, everyone. We are the Group 7, and we are going to discuss the six education related concepts based on the changing education paradigm. And now let's start with the first concept, which is the two reasons of reforming education. First reason is the economic, as it prepares students for work and to compete globally. During the administration of Aquino, K 12 was implemented as to globally adapt in terms of education, as we were left behind because of Asian countries had already K 12. Thus, working abroad have the profession here wouldn't have the same work abroad as they are more advanced than us. That's why K-12 exists in our country, Philippines, to be at the same level as the other countries. The next one is the cultural. It prepares students to pass the cultural gene and creates cultural identity. Example is in the elementary level. Unlike us, before we don't have the subject of mother tongue, but today they have it. So it is to embrace our very own culture to make students learn to love and be proud of what we have.
Hello everyone, good day. I am Giancarlo P. De Hacto. So my topic is all about culture identity. So culture identity, it is a part of a person's identity or their self-conception or their self-perception, and is related to nationality, social, religion, ethnicity, generation, locality, or any kind of social group that has its own distinct culture. And why is it that culture identity is very important? It is because culture, it influences our beliefs and what is true and false, our attitude, including our likes and dislikes, our values regarding what is right and wrong, and our behaviors as well. So it is from these cultural influences that our identities are formed. So that would be all. Thank you.
And the next is what we call industrialization, or in this topic, we relate as the education system that is rooted in an industrial paradigm. When we say industrialization, it is the period of social and economic change that transforms a human from an agrarian society into an industrial society. This involves an extensive reorganization of an economy for the purpose of manufacturing. When we say industrialization in education, it relates to the industrial paradigm of the education system, wherein the problem with the current education system is that it was conceived in the cultural context of the Enlightenment and the economic context of the Industrial Revolution. It emerged in the 19th century, which was the first time which compulsory public education, freely available to all and paid for by taxes, was established. The modern education system was originally founded on an us and them mentality, as many thinkers in the 19th century seriously believed that ordinary street kids could not cope with it. And it is also founded on an enlightenment concept with the mind, which favors a knowledge of the classics and deductive reasoning, what we might call academic knowledge. The system thus divides people into smart people, academics, and non-smart people, non-academics. And while this has been great for some, most people have not benefited from this system. In fact, Ken Robinson argues that main effect is that it has caused chaos.
Good day, everyone. This is Gador Cherry A. So, what is ADHD? So, the acronym. So, it is an attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So, this is a condition usually apparent in childhood but often persisting into adulthood. So, this is characterized by difficulties with executive function, lack of focus, hyperactivity, and or impulsiveness. So ADHD is one of those common neurodevelopmental disorders of childhood. So it is usually first diagnosed in childhood and often lasts into adulthood. So children with ADHD may have trouble paying attention, controlling impulsive behaviors that may act without thinking about what the result will be, or be overly active.
Now let's talk about the academic ability. So it refers to the intellectual standing of the students. So what do we mean by this? So it talks about the level of readiness and intelligence of the students academically. So in determining superior academic ability, the Department of Higher Education shall examine the students' high school records, competitive examination scores, and demonstrated leadership capabilities. So, in other words, it is some sort of a way to know the student's intellectual standing or the level of readiness that is used and essential to diagnose the students of what he or she needs to improve and enhance and what are his or her lacking that are needed to be introduced and teach.
Next is the divergent thinking. So, divergent thinking is a thought process or method used to generate creative ideas by exploring many possible solutions. It typically occurs in a spontaneous, free-flowing, non-linear manner such as many ideas are generated in an immigrant cognitive fashion. So, a divergent thinking is a process to generate creative ideas. So, by exploring many possible solutions, you can create many ideas. So, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask any questions. Thank you for listening.